No problem. I'm done here.
Any results?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say.
So there's never
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased.
That makes sense.
Indeed. Wow.
And there's so many mysterious-looking crystals up there, too.
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section. All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look? If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good...
When
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea? Wait a minute. Paimon can fly.
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from... Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found another...
This has been newly dug. It would appear our...
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal there's... What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep. Of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
By royal decree, I'm going in!
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Crumble! Stabilize!
Let the show begin.
Burn!
Be crushed! Fisher! Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Let's dance. Odds revealed like...
Order guide you. Time for retribution! Ha! Ha! Yeah!
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ishtaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Ishtaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Ishtaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, Traveler. There were things that only became clear to me. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Ishtaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Ajdaha you see there.
So there are two Ashdahas?
No, it can't be.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me...
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful
There would be no harm in it.
Ajdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. Erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slow Ajdaha, now incomplete, became
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war in the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production. The citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation, erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. But it was futile. And so, we became you. And from your will, I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax.
No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence. The echo of a contract set in stone.
No, no! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountain.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held that which you have forgotten. I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, then I, all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even...
No! That isn't true!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains
More axe!
The little girl vanished.
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. So, Morax.
I do.
Well, I'm afraid
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun.
Your power is nearly spent. Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside
Indeed. Hence the need to get going, to fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight to...
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and we found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. Huh?
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three...
Cave?
They're exhausted, but not in...
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ajdaha. You're coming back.
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps...
Ajdaha,
I can sense it.
today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be...
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even that's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already you may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people...
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between...
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of...
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength,
Hence, my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but old friend, god of...
Thank you, Ajdaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you, Morax.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes, don't be alarmed.
Whoa, that was so weird.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years...
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ajdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes. Quicker than words could tell, lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Ajdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ajdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it, despite being the victor. I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world, that I was a god of mankind. My identity may change.
You still care a lot of...
Call it, I must thank you both.
No worries!
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dick. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years.
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information?
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean a Another past grievance? Like the incident with Ejda? Too painful.
It was signed before it all began.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of...
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, this tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It names Ejdaha as a terrible dragon. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him could be summarized in a single sentence,